remember, you guys are going to switch out the RGB link. I'm going to run around. It's all you.
Ready? Yep. Hey guys, and welcome back to X-League. We are at tour number 6 at Ocean Lanes in Lakewood, New York. Please, when you get a chance, hit like and subscribe to the channel to see upcoming league events. So today we have myself, I'm Steve, and we'll also be popping in.
Nobody gets that problem. How each works, it's out of 80 points. Each player can earn up to 25 points, and each bowler can earn up to 5 points. Ocean team's already each team can earn up to 10 to make up to 25 in total. And the extra 5 points come from wood overall in the 3 pairs. The 3 pairs are spread.
So we do have a few matchups for today. We have the first place team, which is Hitmen, versus second place team, the Dabba. We will have streaming for the second place. We also have third place, which is Ocean Lake Strike Force. Fifth place, which is Thunder.
So to go over who's on each pair, looking at 25 and 26, this is the scratch pair. On the Dabba News, we have Johnny Reed leading off versus Ocean and Jordan Lisa. This is a 220 versus a 222, so it's pretty much dead even. But since it's scratch, there is no handicap given. So it's just whoever rolls best wins. In the middle, we have Brandon Schmidt, who also right down here. Now, if you look over to lanes 27 and 28, we have Gene Monahan of Dabba.
It may not be streaming, but I'll be posting it when we're done.
What?
It might not be streaming live, but I'll post it when we're done.
Oh.
It might not be streaming at the moment.
It is not, because it says that you're showing another match.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
If that's the case, my father did want to watch like live because he's like in rehab. It's not live to me.
That's live, right there. We're good. We're on. That's it. Tour stop 6. Thank you. What's up?
Okay.
Can you share that?
Sure.
To the X-League page, to the Jersey Shore page, and I guess to our page?
No, it's too many pages.
You're going to see probably talking between the two. It's a battle of quite opposite styles. At the end up, we have Adam Anton on the division. We'll check in with a 213. So roughly about 210, maybe 1. Pretty much a scratch match with 1. These are two closely matched couple.
I can't share it to the X-League page.
Okay.
Quick moment, he's looking at the bread, reapplying.
Go for it. Might be getting done.
Might even be a little later than that. too. They're about to be police. Hey, let you know. Oh yeah! Two-time member in the One in a Row Club. Let's hear it. Thank you. So proud of you. Yeah, I don't think I could do anything that's going to happen.
Oh yeah, you had to take pictures.
I did a little. Not
Sorry.
No.
What were we showing the whole time? Oh,
And the other one.
okay. I forgot about that.
There you go. Could have used something.
Stephen Kimber.
Cameraman Dave doing his thing.
Two-time member in the One in a Row Club, okay? Two-time.
Let's simmer down, or it's one in a row.
No, I will not. Just wait till I get two.
That's a sanctioned company.
That for all the beer. Getting cocky over there.
Hi, Armin.
Why are you taking? No one wants to see me.
You're live on YouTube, sir.
Oh my God.
Beach, Virginia for 3 years. When I was on Long Island.
my paper? I need my paper. This is my directions to you guys.
Oh, my directions.
No!
Thank you, sir.
Oh no, 3 in a row!
Number 3 in a row club. Let's keep it going.
Now I can put this on a tripod and not have to hold it.
We are seeing a bunch of friends and family
I bowled that. I shot my lowest series of the year.
I went like 6:30. I was like,
Listen, I'll cross every shot for carries. No matter what pool I threw or I just want to let
This way.
James, you're in front of the camera.
It's okay, I made
I just need right force. That's it. I got everybody else should be in. They just working on these ones.
Where we at?
Diaco. And Diaco.
Yeah, I get upset. Yeah, everybody gets upset, but like, that's what it is.
Well, I appreciate your time today.
Thanks,
I'm glad you had fun.
Yeah.
Thank you for answering my questions.
Yeah, no problem. Glad I was able to get on.
Absolutely. We have Kimber coming back into the fold.
I am coming on back. I was venturing around asking a few questions to some of the other bowlers that are around just to see about some interviews in the next future.
And right here we have the recap sheets, the very important recap sheet, so I can give you the exact information of where we're currently at.
All right, so let's see let's see how everybody did for the first game for this lineup.
We're going to start off with scratch. So the Dabadoos won 4 points, while the Ocean Hitmen won 1. Jordan won his point for Ocean Hitmen with his individual point. The rest went to the Dabadoos. So pretty decisive, I would say. Now, handicap 1. This was actually a sweep, a 5-0 sweep. This was Dabadoos winning every point. Pretty dominant fashion, and they won 840 to 697 to note. This was a pretty decisive victory. And now going to handicap 2, the Ocean Hitmen won 4-1, with the 1 point for the Dabadoos coming from Travis Breitenbrook. Kimber knows him quite well.
I do know him quite well. That is my fiance.
Are you proud of him for winning game 1?
I am very proud of him. Well, Ray is our brother-in-law, though, as
Right.
well. And I know that he only beat him by a couple points, but they have been nonstop talking shit back and forth to each other down there. It is very comical to watch.
And mind you, the games were close. There was a 206 to 200 difference, so it's going to be a bloodbath. It'll be fun.
Absolutely. Adam, do you want to talk to us about how you did this game?
Would you like to jump in? Sure. How you doing, boss man?
Doing pretty good. Lanes are looking pretty decent out there. It's a matter of carrying speed. If you hit your mark, it's definitely scoreable. Both sides, pretty equal. And you know what? You know, we had to dabba do it. That's all we said, you know, at the end of the day.
Do you have any adjustments you're going to make for this game too, or you feel like you're going to just plug away at what you've been doing?
Plug away. At the end of the day, it's not too far crazy of a transition yet. Who knows what the next couple of frames might hold? But as of right now, it's still holding up.
Okay. And I noticed in the pair it was a 4-1 difference for Ocean Hitmen. Do you feel like, is that bothering you guys at all, or are you just going to rebound and go to game 2 and just say, wash it off?
Rebound, go to game 2. At the end of the day, you can only control the controllables. Just got to throw it better.
Absolutely. Well, I won't hold you. Good luck out there.
Thank you.
Keep rolling. Good luck. As mentioned, we'll give the recaps back.
Absolutely. I will take those back to the lane.
I will hold on to here. I will man down the fort while Kimber gives back this recap sheet so we don't hold up the tallying process. And if we're noticing right now on the pairs, the scoring pace has changed quite a bit in game 2 if you notice. Looking at it right now, I'm seeing a lot more splits. I'm seeing a lot less stringing right now. It seems to be quite... Besides a couple people, everyone's either sparing or just getting a few strikes here and there.
And Jared with the 2-in-a-row club.
He's quite proud of that. It's quite a reversal from game 1 where Jimmy was rolling and now he's trying to find his footing again. I think he's probably running to that slight transition I talked about on the left side where you start to get that over-under. He's going to have to settle in and find a ball that works or an angle that works.
I feel like some of those lefties are seeing it now. I'm starting to see them struggle just a little bit.
Jimmy missed actually the pin, so he actually missed some count there. That can hurt at the end. One pin can make a difference.
And let's see, we got Romer up on 27.
Absolutely. Rob Romer's been looking pretty solid all day. While it was a sweep, he's been bowling great.
He is.
But Dylan's been keeping up with him, and that's going to be the difference maker. If Dylan keeps up.
It's just like match point all over again.
Absolutely. And looking at handicap 2, it looks like the Dabba dudes definitely need to find their footing again. However, Adam found his strike, so let's see if that can keep that going.
Adam found his strike. He definitely bowled earlier on in the day with Battle of the Sexes. So as I said, that weight in between could kind of, it's either hit or miss. Either it works well for you to have a little bit of a break, or if you get sore in that break.
Absolutely. And I think for some of these bowlers, you're going to see a benefit as it goes along. I think some bowlers do better on the fresh, and as it breaks down, they struggle more. And some people benefit from that breakdown. I think you're starting to see the difference in bowling styles of where it's starting to benefit certain people compared to others.
Definitely is.
And as a lefty myself, I find the transition can be quite interesting and quite annoying. I know people are going to joke saying, what transition? I'm going to say it's going to transition this much, and if you miss it by this much, you're going to miss again.
Yes.
It's so notable. When walking around, how was it out there? How are people's spirits about the matches so far?
They are. A lot of people are talking about certain things that are coming up. For example, Christmas, next matches, stuff like that.
The holidays are here. We just finished carving the turkey.
I am turkeyed out. If I don't have turkey for an entire year until next Thanksgiving, that is fine by me.
It's funny because I usually get a turkey sandwich for lunch at work, and now I'm not going to eat turkey probably for the next 6 months because I can't even look at it. I'm getting nauseous now looking at it. I had 3 turkey legs over the weekend.
You went up north, right, to your mom's?
Absolutely. I went up north. My parents are up north while I'm down here in the shore area of New Jersey.
I had turkey twice. Twice. I am still full. I'm still full from Thanksgiving.
Did you also knock out afterwards as is tradition?
Oh, yeah, I passed right out.
Oh, I did too. I think I went to bed almost immediately after I finished eating. Did you happen to look at any of the other matchups and see how they're doing, or did you kind of...
I did. I walked around a little bit. I wanted to see who would possibly be interested in interviews. Some of the people said that they will come and visit us in between games for a quick hop-on, hop-off kind of thing. Or we will be able to see a couple of them after the 3rd match.
That'd be great. I mean, this is a very fun thing we're trying to do, get people exposure, having some fun, and at the end of the day, you should be having fun with this league as much as it is competitive, right?
X-League is a fun league as well. You don't have to be a heavy hitter to join this league.
Absolutely
This
not.
is also for your average, even non-league bowler can do this.
Absolutely. And I think that's the big misconception is that some people think they have to be a 240, 230 to be in these leagues, and that's not true at all.
Yeah.
We have people of all sorts of average. I see people as high as 240, 250, and then moving down to I see people rolling in here with a 150.
Yeah. You could even be lower than that. You have to think about it as handicap.
Absolutely. And it doesn't matter what your score is. It's nice if you can match your average.
Let's go over the top results. Scratch my name. Brandon Smith, 249.
Yeah, Brandon!
Shout out to Brandon. before the match is running hot so far. She'll tell you everything you need to know about our teams.
Oh yeah. And you know everybody went in on those side pods too.
You can make a lot of money on side action in bowling.
Oh yeah, you
You can
can.
also lose a lot of money too.
Bowling is one of those sports where you can make a lot of side money if you bowl well.
And then that's the question, if you bowl well. Like my favorite is when I dump like $60 into brackets and I bowl a 140 game one. I'm like, well, I'm out of all those brackets. This is so good. Oh, looking at the matchups, we're starting to get closer to the end of game 2. We're in the back half. We're in the final 4 frames, and let's see how everyone's taking shape. Scratch is basically dead even as of right now.
Oh, it is.
We have handicap 1 where the Dabba are up 33 going into the 7th, and for the Dabba down 4-4 against the Hitmen on handicap 2. Michael Guzman is rolling extremely well, helping get some distance, and Ray Rivera looks like he found his footing as well. Travis looks like he needs to re-find his footing.
Yeah, he does.
And Adam found his footing. He's on a double now.
Adam definitely did find his footing.
And Kevin's been keeping it relatively clean. He's only had the 1 split. He's been keeping it relatively clean, and he found his
Even
strength.
at Battle of the Sexes this morning, he was doing pretty clean. He was only the next pair over from me.
I think that's keeping it clean is a super important part of bowling, and I think some people miss that part because they're not striking in 270, 280.
Well, strikes are great.
Yeah.
Everybody wants strikes. Let's be serious. I want strikes. But spares win games.
No one wants to sit there and shoot spares all day. It's frustrating, but at the same time, I definitely won matches because I made all my spares and my opponents started to miss.
All right, and we're going to switch on over to Dave, who's then going to go down and see some of the teams.
You can if you want. I feel like you... Hello. Don't mind me, I'm currently walking around getting to see how people are doing. It's gonna be quite fun. Hello Janine, how are you doing? Good. You want to say anything to the live?
Hi.
Janine says hi.
Hi, happy Sunday. Janine says hi.
Happy Sunday, quite simple to the point.
Happy bowling.
Happy
bowling.
Take a look, we got, as our cameraman Dave shows you on the one camera, we are on handicap 1 right here.
That's why. Okay. I just make sure I didn't miss anything, that's all. I had no idea what he went at. That's why I was like, that's why I asked if I did it. Okay. I double checked, that's all.
Let's see here.
Because me and Travis had it in front, and he was like, I said, take a guess, and you'll find out what it is.
As I said before, these two were going to be a lot of talking back and forth. Hey, Ray, how you bowling?
How you bowling, Ray?
Oh, yo, who got you the official microphone? Oh, shit. Oh, we're good now. It's game 2.
Yeah.
We saw that it was relatively close between you and Travis. How you feeling now?
He still got me. Right?
Interesting.
How's it going, guys?
Oh my God.
Travis, how you feeling after game 1? Hey Travis, how you feeling after game 1?
Good. Leaving a couple 7 pins in the pocket. I just got to figure out the carry.
Well, I saw between you two, it was a 6-pin
Told
difference.
you.
It was relatively close.
6 pin right there.
We were mentioning earlier over there that it's going to come down to the wire probably the entire night.
Yeah. Missed 1 7 pin, made the rest.
Yep.
Just can't give him any openings.
Such a star athlete.
One thing I love about walking around is you get to hear the sounds of the game. You get to hear people just in the zone, and it's great.
100%. Yeah, at least Travis is clean, though, but he is definitely going to have to strike, though, to catch Ray.
At this point, he's doing the right thing, though. Even if you can't win the game, give yourself the total wood benefit going into the 3rd game.
Oh, yeah.
Quite an interesting story on Scratch. It looks like it's
All right, out of trouble.
Nice shot, Dylan. looking over. Ooh, right. 7 leads. Yeah.
Every time they bowl next to each other, they leave the same stuff either on the opposite sides. We have a 7 on one and a 10 on the other. Every time.
Truly brother-in-law fashion.
And let's see, we have
Red with the
Red
late
with a nice
straight.
little tap.
He's giving that shy smile.
And Dave, we got that on camera, right? 100%. Let's
Slowest straight
go.
possible. Hell, oh yeah. Jordan rolling up. Got the high strike. Nice job.
We are having fun.
Jordan with the 4 in a row. Very nice. Nice shot, sir. Anything you want to say quickly to the screen?
Let's go.
Anything you want to say quickly?
No, I got something to say. You do.
This place is hard tonight.
What do you have to
I
say,
feel like the
darling?
scoring pace is high
Dabba,
now.
Dabba, do!
That's true. I was talking about the left side
you picked up
transition
the
is
10
slower
pin?
but gradual. It will.
Adam with 4 strikes now in a row.
Jared cleans it up there on handicap 1. Jared's throwing decent, but I think he's been getting some bad breaks. And if you notice, he's been on the quieter side right now. But that doesn't last long. Don't give him any motivation to wake up, is what I tell you.
This third game, I feel like it's going to be very loud.
Yes. This is quite close. And as mentioned earlier, the Dabadoos are up ahead overall.
Currently for now.
Yes. But we'll
Bowling
see
is
after-
one of those things where it can go either way real quick.
And let's see how it is after game 2, because it could be a different story.
Let's see, Jimmy on handicap 1.
An 8-pin. An 8-pin.
9 with an 8-pin, okay.
That usually means the ball went high. That means it drove too hard.
Well, this would also be the time that people would be switching to their next ball. If not, or if they already did make the switch.
Yes, absolutely. This is when the transition is truly in effect. And you're going to see, probably by this point in the game, that people are going to start getting experimental, especially if they're not rolling good, if they're not striking.
Romer with a beautiful pocket strike.
He throws a great ball.
He really does.
Shout
That
out
was
to-
a beautiful shot.
Shout
Very
out to Rob Romer. Actually, he's a silver level coach now, so
Is he really?
he is.
Wow.
He rolls an amazing ball. Shout out to him for getting that done.
All right, we got Kevin up for handicap 2. A third strike in a row would greatly benefit him.
At this point, because since the Hitmen are up 72, you just want to stop the bleeding and not give them any momentum. And Kevin got the trip. Big turkey to match Brianna, which is huge.
Yep.
The last thing you want
He's trying to catch his person. He wants to make sure that this match, he's getting that point.
Absolutely. I mean, she has not made it easy for him. She has rolled well today.
No, Brianna is an unbelievable female bowler as well.
She's one of the ones we mentioned that there's a lot of great female bowlers out here
There
in
is.
New Jersey. In particular, Monmouth and Ocean County have a lot of really, really notable great ones.
Yes.
It's a talented league. It's a talented league, a talented division, talented individuals.
So it looks like Dylan open though in the 8th frame. He's got a split.
It's convertible, but he's going to have to roll it really carefully.
He's got to get it down there and shoot it over.
Absolutely. Brandon with the trip as well on scratch.
Yeah, Brandon with the turkey. Let's go, Brandon.
Oh, no.
I've been trying not to do that all night, but I knew absolutely it was going to happen.
Well, I mean, to be fair, his name is Brandon. What else can you say? I mean, what's interesting here is now that Scratch actually has some couple massive openings for Hitmen.
Mm-hmm.
If you notice that Jordan split.
And this is
Brandon's
their house.
split. Yes. But as I noted, a lot of us bowl here. So I don't think this is truly anyone's advantage besides maybe unless the other team doesn't bowl here at all.
No, a lot of us also live very close to this bowling alley. So we come here, we bowl here, we open bowl for fun here. We
Yes.
come to practice here as well.
The only two teams I would say that this house isn't very common from is probably the Thunderbirds and Bulletproof.
Yeah, they're a little bit of ways.
Yep, Thunderbirds out of Thunderbird Lanes in Manahawkin, and Bulletproof out of Kingpin Lanes and near Atlantic City. And I think this is definitely out of their element. But I find that even though they don't bowl here, I feel like this is an easy house to adjust to. So I don't think it's that bad, even if you don't bowl here.
Right, this is a nice house. If you were stuck doing 3 games on the same pair, I would definitely pick this house over some of the others that we've even bowled at so far for the year.
For sure. And we have places like Shore Lanes, right? We were at last time, where I feel like it's a tougher house overall than Ocean.
Oh yeah.
As we were watching, a lot of funky splits. You're not really seeing many of those today. I say you're seeing more deserving splits than anything.
Yes. Well, this is a fair house, in my opinion. There is a good amount of carry. If you throw the ball like crap, you're going to leave crap up there. You know? If you throw a bad ball, it's fair. It's going to give you that split.
And as mentioned, talking to the people at Ocean Lane, they say they made the shop pretty much open for anybody, so all styles pretty much can benefit from the shop. And I can confirm that all different styles are both great today. So.
Oh yeah.
Some houses, I would say, like for example, Playdrum, playing straighter is greater because you don't need much angle. Now let's look at the way it's.
And there's Jared with the 1 in a row.
And like I said, it doesn't take much for him to wake up.
No, man, he's always such a happy bowler. He gets everybody pumped around him as well. He's somebody, if you're going to go do a tournament with, that you hope that he's actually on your pair to hype you up, to have fun, have a drink or two.
Absolutely. Not only does he have great energy, but he throws a great ball as well.
Oh, yeah.
Basically, out of everyone bowling, I think he throws the second hardest out of anyone up there right now.
Ray in the 9th, left at 9. Could have been more, though. You got a little lucky with that one.
And that's actually a key 9 because now Travis is on a strike. It actually leaves a little bit of opening there.
Both of them, honestly, are going to have to go lights out to see who's going to keep it.
Travis is going to have to strike out to force him. Adam with the strike. So all of them are on strikes.
They are.
It's going to come down to the wire on handicap, too.
It is. So let's take a look. How we doing on scratch so far? Going into the 10th.
Is in the 10th. And so far, we are on Jordan with the spare and Johnny Reed with a stone 10. But not as crucial because if Johnny makes it and keeps it clean, it keeps the Dabadoos ahead. The real key is going to come in with Brandon Schmidt. If Brandon can get the first 2, that can give him some big wood lead that they've been looking for.
Yeah, that gives him the comfort. So it looks like Jordan finished out with a 188.
And then
we have Reed, who's got to pick up his 10 pin, and then hopefully all 10.
As something to note, Jordan actually didn't bowl that bad this game. The only thing he opened was splits, which is quite what I call an unfortunate game.
But then sometimes there's nothing that you can do though with a split. You know, you take whatever is doable. Not every split is makeable.
Absolutely not.
Not to the average bowler. This league is about being average.
For example, looking at Amanda Nardiello in game 1, she left the pocket 7-10, and that changed the whole dynamic right there, and shut out any chance of winning.
Oh yeah, but I've also seen Amanda throw like 300 games.
Absolutely, she's one of those bowlers you can't give any openings to. Gene with a great shot. And if he punches out one more strike, he leaves with a 233.
Gene went into the 10th frame knowing that he's going lights out. He's getting his point. There is no wiggle room with it.
Absolutely not. I mean, I say Gene is having a commanding lead for his point right now.
Yeah. Keep me away from the All right, so it looks like Johnny Reed was able to take his point on scratch 1.
Yes, he did.
Now we got Brandon. Let's go, Brandon.
Got his first strike.
Let's go, Dabba
Let's go, Dabba-doosies.
Let's go, Dabba-doosies.
Steve LaFig, Kevin Frost. Love you guys.
Love you too, Dave. Shout out to Dave. He's over here chilling with us.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what's funny? Johnny Reed won his point, but it shows you like it's a 191 to a 188.
And I told you, Gene was going to go lights out. He went into that 10th frame already in his head that he was going lights out. He was not giving up that point.
And Brett didn't bowl bad. He only split once, and he kept it clean the rest of the way. He just couldn't find his look. Gene was able to find a look and stay with it.
Brandon did not get the second strike though for his 10th, so now he's going to have to finish up with a 9 spare.
Absolutely, and it's going to come down to the 10th frame. Amanda's on a spare, but if Alex can match, the Dabadoos win.
It also depends on what 10-pound bull Alex decides to grab today.
That's right. Maybe he'll enhance to an 11-pound for this throw, and maybe give himself some more carry.
Let's see if he can chuck it halfway down the lane.
How many feet do you think he's going to go down? I think 15.
I don't know. I think Alex is going to murder us though after this stream.
It's okay. Ooh, Jared with a nice shot.
If only we had a mic on Jared. The funniest thing for all of these viewers to listen to Jared would be...
Next time, if I ever have a hot mic, I can have a quick switch to it. It would be Jared 90% of the time because he will keep you entertained.
Honestly, we should just put a mic down on that pair because just Jared could lead a comedy show all on his own.
I'll call it the Jared point of view. Where it's just...
The Jared point of view. I love that.
He's
and
my
let's
boy.
see, on handicap 2.
Left in 9?
You're still going? Oh,
Yeah, it's looking like Ray is going to. It looks like Ray is going to possibly take second point.
Unless he splits, I don't see how he loses this one. He's at a 198 going, right? 198?
Looks like it from here. God, I need new glasses.
Me too. I might need glasses. Yeah, I think he's got it as long as he doesn't do double gutter.
He's just got to keep it on the lane. And let's now take a look at Scratch. Now we have Alex and Amanda Nardiello, both with their first strike in the 10th frame.
It's going to come down to this frame. Oh, so that means that Alex just has to get count, and I win. So Scratch will go to the Dabadoos again. Turn yours off. Alex let the split in as well, but it didn't matter because even if she makes the spare, they're going to win by a few pins. So Scratch is going to go to the Dabadoos.
So overall for individual points, who won their individual match play points then for Scratch points?
So it looks like that the only point that's going to go to Scratch for the Hitmen is Amanda taking the match point. However, Brandon and Johnny Reed took their individual points. So it's going to be, it looks like another 4-1 for the Dabadoos, which is great for us.
Hey, man. We lost 2 weeks ago to this exact team. It would be nice to take some of those points that we did lose to them last time.
Absolutely. And as we're seeing right now, that Scratch
And Jimmy with the lights out from the Dabadoos.
Handicap 1 is looking pretty solid, but Rob Romer is on a doubles going in, so we don't know how this is going to end. It's close.
And we have Dave going individually with his handheld camera to each match going on down.
The key to this is that Dylan's on a strike, so Dylan's going to have to at least get the first 2 to make sure that Rob Romer can't catch him.
Bowling with all that pressure.
Absolutely. It's a pressure cooker. Big shot.
Yeah, and we said it before, bowling is a huge mental game. You have to psych yourself up. You have to be in it. If you go in there with any negative thoughts, you're going to leave negative pins up there.
Absolutely. And you got to think you can do it every time you're up there.
Oh, yeah.
The pins aren't going to remember the last shot, but you can.
Oh,
you got to let it go.
Now that I'm looking at it, does Handicap 1 and Handicap 2 already have the handicap placed in them for the individual points, or are we waiting for the score sheets to see that?
No, they actually are. And if you look at the total at the end of each of the pairs, you'll actually see where they're currently at. So you see Gene won his pretty convincingly. Jimmy lost his to Jared, which actually Jared clawed back some of that win I mentioned from earlier. So that match became interesting.
Kevin lost his to Brianna only by a couple points. We knew it was going to come down to every pin, every point
I
mattered.
think Kevin just found it a little too late. If one extra frame, I think he would have got it. He just was 1 frame late, and Brianna bowled well. So
She did. She bowled very well, and it
But I will
looks
say,
like
though-
Ray Rivera took the point then over Travis.
Yep.
And we're finishing out
I
with
think
Romer and Michael being up.
it looks like it might be a sweep for the Ocean Hitmen on handicap 2 for this game, this round. Quite well done on their part.
I believe they won the first game as well on handicap 2.
They did. They won 4-1, I believe. And I think this one is going to be a 5-0. Dylan throwing. Again, see if we can get some extra wood. He got 7, okay. But does he win his matchup?
He did. Dylan took his match over Romer.
Both go pretty well, but that split in the 7 for Romer definitely hurt him.
What was that, a 6?
Looking at the matchups, Gene took his, Jimmy lost his, but Dylan took his. So it's another 4. It's 4-1 on handicap 1 for the Dabba Dudes. But we'll see the totals as we get the recaps.
Alrighty.
Looking at it right now.
And now we are starting of going into the 3rd game.
Right? Right now they're writing down the scores for the handicap pair. Scratch is already going, as you can see. As you can see in our top right camera, they're already starting their first frame.
Oh yeah, they weren't waiting. They're like, let's go.
A common trend you're going to see in X League is that the scratch pairs typically finish first. Not surprising. Usually, some of your best average wise.
Your better strike bowlers are up there. They don't have to be up there for picking up all their spares.
And you get to kind of see the difference between the averages. You get to see the scratch pairs go fast as they be able to carry more. And while this handicap, as I said, you're going to be seeing more spares opportunities.
Oh yeah.
And
let's see, we have Brandon Schmidt up on 25.
Absolutely. And he actually
did not
missed.
clean up his 7.
I don't know if he didn't put enough hand or if he missed his target, but it looks like it was a missed shot. But that's okay. But it's also a wash because Brian looks like he's on a split and possibly can go open. So that's what I call a wash frame, where no one really won it. The wash. Yep. Actually, Brian won the frame by 1 pin. He took 9 and he got 8. So
Did, yeah.
we won the frame. Bowling is very much a battle of inches. And I actually think Game 3 is, like as we said earlier, Game 3 is going to decide it all for this team.
It is now, but look at the scratch pair. Looks like a lot of people are leaving some splits up there right now.
The transition's hitting really good.
Transition for 3rd game. Change your ball now.
I feel like with Alex's high rev rate,
every time I walk by a camera.
with his high rev rate, he might need to make a change.
He may need to.
And he missed the split.
Oh. People standing right in my way. I can't see the lane. I'm not that tall.
Listen,
I'm vertically challenged.
This is what happens when we're live, y'all. Sometimes we can't see our sight lines, but that's okay. That's all the fun. Brett
Get
with
a
the
move
tip.
sign.
With the tip on the 7.
There we go, Brett. Let's see, Amanda. Beautiful pocket strike by Amanda.
This is an interesting thing I wanted to mention is that when you're down 0-2 in your matchup, right? Like your matchup won two of the games. I feel like sometimes it can be very hard to motivate yourself to go into Game 3 because you feel like you're already losing, right?
Yeah, you feel down. Not only did you maybe then lose the game as a team, but did you also lose your individual point,
Absolutely, and that could be quite a difficult thing to come back from. And I think this will see some people's mental resilience, is that in particular we're going to be looking at people like Kevin and Brett who have lost their first 2, right? And let's see if they can hold up and see if they can snag a point from their matchups. Even if they can't win the total.
Yes.
They can still, and it's never over till it's over.
It's never over. Until the 10th frame, bowling is not over.
So we've both done travel leagues plenty, and especially in particular with XC. What do you think is the biggest mistake people make out there?
What do you mean, out on the lanes?
In general, for these type of events, between these and out there in general, what do you think the biggest mistake people make?
Waiting too long to change your equipment. I know that's personally my own mistake that I make. I keep saying that, maybe I just didn't throw it well, or I came out of it wonky, and I keep throwing the same ball, like my phase 2. I love it. Love my phase 2, but sometimes she needs to go back in the bag.
I think that sometimes the problem is that I think people transition too early or too late.
I do it too late when I need to start bowling down earlier because I get a little bit more tired as I go through. Yes,
please.
perfect. Thank
so
you.
Much.
All right,
Shout out
Steve.
to Janine for writing down the scores and helping us out big
Our
time.
official scorekeeper for every match.
She is the Utila woman, absolutely.
Alrighty, so Steve's going to walk us through all of the points and individual for Game 2.
Absolutely. So let's look at it from Dabadoos versus the Ocean Hitmen on the scratch pair.
Okay.
Okay. I thought someone was coming in with information. Never mind. So Dabadoos are up 4-1 after in Game 2. The only point that was taken on this is handicap 1. My apologies. They put it in the wrong word. So.
Oh yeah, they did put it in the wrong order.
That's okay. I should have read. That's what happens when I don't
Organization is key.
That's what happens when I don't read. So Jared took his 1 point against Jimmy, but overall, handicap 1 went to the Dabadoos. Now we'll actually go back to scratch, which I should have started with. And scratch won 4-1, so kind of the same as last one. The only difference is who won the point. Which in game 2, it was Amanda Nardiello taking the point instead of Jordan. Unlike last time, where it was Jordan Melisa in game 1. It's kind of like the scratches match in handicap 2, but the opposite, where it's like scratch is basically 4-1, 4-1.
It's flip-flopping on itself. That's
Absolutely.
second versus first game.
Absolutely. And
We
now
knew this was going to be an even match, though. This is a
Pretty
grudge from hell.
And now we look at handicap 2, and this is what I'm talking about, the antithesis, where the Ocean Hitmen swept. They took all the points. Unlike last time where Travis took 1, this time none. And as mentioned, Ray came back with a vengeance and took it to Travis. The brother-in-law rivalry lives on.
You know it's going to come down to that third game. Now that they both have a point, it's going to be battle of the lefties to figure out who's going to win that last point.
It's within 10
tonight.
points. So, you know, whoever wins this game pretty much wins the night for them.
And then they're going to talk about it for 2 weeks. Trust me, that group chat is not fun.
And Kimber's going to hear about it all the time.
All day long.
Absolutely. And you know,
But it's all in good fun. It's all bowling family here. Whether it's
Absolutely.
real family or if it's, family friends.
I think of note is that even though the scratch pair has been won by the Dabadoos, I want to make note that the games have been relatively close. There has been no blowout on scratch. It has been within 20 to 30 pins at most.
No, there is no one individual game where you're losing by 200 pins kind of thing. It's not a washout.
And also, I want to shout out to the Hitmen for bouncing back for Game 2 and Handicap 1. Even though they didn't win, their point totals looked a lot better and kept it close.
Okay. Well, Dave wanted to come on
Well,
and talk
I think we're
about
having
a
a
few
surprise
things
guest. Let's do it.
about Bulletproof and X League altogether.
Yes, sir.
How you doing today, sir?
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. So how are you bowling today?
Yes, I am not bowling the best. The rest of my team's bowling pretty decent, so I can't really complain too much.
I was going to say, so it was game 1 and 2. So what would you say, if you had to give yourself out of 10?
Bad. Bad.
It's a low one.
Yes. Not like me, though. I'm a halfway decent bowler in this house. I'm just struggling a little bit today. But for anybody who doesn't know, I do bowl for Jersey Shore for X League on Bulletproof. And I am also the New Jersey Central tour stop manager as well.
Absolutely. I'm glad to have you on here to answer some questions. So I wanted to ask this question I ask every person that comes on here, and I think it's a fun question. What is your bowling hot take? What is your unpopular opinion?
Get better. That's
Interesting.
it. Get better. Stop complaining. Just get better.
I like that one. Very simple.
We're all decent bowlers. You can make an adjustment. You can get from there. There's no reason to blame the guys next to you of why you're bowling bad.
I agree with that. I think sometimes you just got to take self-ownership, right?
Yes, always.
So looking at at the matchups here today, I was saying that Ocean Lanes in general is a high-scoring house. I feel like the pace is typically high.
Compared to other houses, yes.
That's what I'm going to say.
Yes.
I'm not saying it's always easy.
Not seeing a lot of very high scores today from everybody. We are bowling on the high end of the house. Usually the lower end of the house carries a little bit better than up here.
Yeah, absolutely.
But no, we are definitely having fun. I have to cut this a little short for me.
No worries.
I will join you back at the end of my game.
Absolutely.
All right.
I'm glad you were able to jump in for a quick
Thank you
question.
very much.
Good luck. That's the fun out here. It's live. It's always fun seeing the new people. Looking out there right now, we are entering the third frame for most of the pairs, except for Scratch. They're on the fourth pair, or the fourth frame, I should say. I forgot how to talk. It's so much fun. How you doing? Gene's been on an absolute tear today. Gene's been rolling hot all day. You ready to jump in?
Hi, how you doing?
What's up? I call him Cameraman Dave, a.k.a. the man that gets this all done.
Yeah, how's everybody doing today? Looks like an intense matchup. I don't know what the points totals are right now.
So looking at it right now, the handicap 2 is went pretty much all to the Hitmen, or pretty much scratch and handicap 1 is went pretty much all to the Dabba Doos. So
Okay.
I would say about a 2/3 to 1/3 split.
Okay.
Give or take.
Looks like we got a pretty good shot. If I'm looking at the scoreboard right now, it's a lot of strikes up there.
What have you noticed being down there? Like, do you find a common trend yet, or do you feel like it's been pretty
Everybody's
all over?
having a good time.
Really?
Everybody's having a good time. You know, everybody knows each other. You know, we've all known each other for a long time, and it just looks like everybody's having a good time. Everybody wants to see everybody bowl their best, and they don't want to lose, obviously.
Of course not, and especially as I mentioned, this is the Hitmen's home house.
Yep.
So I feel like they have the extra pressure saying this is our house, we have to do well. Well, for us, like, we bowl here, but we don't claim it as our home. We just a lot of us bowl.
A lot of us bowl here. Yeah.
And
It's not technically our home house, but.
Truthfully, for teams like us and the Hitmen and even Strike Force, a lot of us have 3 home houses in this county, which is
Yeah, you know, a lot of us bowl out of Playdrome,
Yep.
of course. A lot of us bowl out of Ocean.
Yep.
And then we also have a lot of bowlers, specifically in the Jersey Shore region, that bowl out of Manahawkin.
Absolutely.
But you'll find a lot of us also bowl out of Howell,
Yes.
which is technically Monmouth County in the Central Division.
Which is so interesting because they're so close to Ocean County, but yet it's considered separate.
It's
We don't
considered
intertwine
separate,
at
yep.
all. And it's so weird, but it's how the division lines are drawn.
Yep.
And one house is going to be left out in the cold in a way. Howell had to be the one.
Howell had to be the one. You know, it's just location. They're not in Ocean County.
I want to ask you this. I was asking everyone who's interviewed so far this particular question. What is your bowling hot take or unpopular opinion?
My unpopular, I don't know if it's unpopular, I think it's a pretty popular opinion, but my opinion on bowling and my hot take is bowling has gotten to be too expensive.
Yes.
It's not really completely accessible anymore. That's just it. We want to make bowling popular. We want to bring it back to the forefront. We want to get it back on television. You can't bring in new bowlers if it's going to cost them $60 for an hour of bowling.
I agree. It's a deterrent.
And that's cheap considering some of the places that I've seen.
Absolutely. Like companies like Bolero are absolutely price gouging.
Bolero is definitely one of them, unfortunately.
Oh, I'll tell you this. At Carolier, which is Bolero, North Brunswick, I just refuse to call it Bolero, North Brunswick. I saw it at $11 a game at one point. And I'm like,
it's not accessible.
Why would I pay $30 to bowl 3 games?
You know, a family of 4 goes out for bowling, you know, and maybe one of the kids gets interested in it. He decides to join a league at school or, you know, a youth league, or it's just not going to happen because a family of 4 can't afford to go bowling.
Absolutely not.
So you can't get the kid interested in it. Yeah, it's up there.
You know, the difference is watching can make you more happy sometimes than bowling can if it gets in your head.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, you want to go to practice, you know? You don't want to practice to make bankrupt.
Yeah.
And I've always said that going back on this one about the cost of bowling, not only is it the lane cost, like for the game, it's the equipment too.
The equipment has gotten pricey.
Skyrocketed.
Certainly. But it's still accessible. That, I believe, is still accessible because you're not going to buy a new ball every week when you go bowling.
That's true.
You're going to buy a ball maybe once every 2 or 3 years.
And I've told people there's a big benefit to use bowling balls. I've seen so many people give up bowling balls. They threw for 3 games, say I hated it.
Yep.
Give it up. I got a brand new UC3, like the Rubicon UC3 for like $30 and someone didn't want it.
Yeah.
And they bowled 3 games, it was brand new.
You can also donate them to
Absolutely.
local high schools as well.
Absolutely.
Any high schools that have a bowling team, those kids would gladly appreciate the plug and refill them.
Absolutely.
And a lot of the houses out here do a great job with that. You gotta love the live.
Yeah.
I hope
So-
you didn't mind the view of James Head for a little bit.
We're getting the kinks worked out. That's all there is to it. We're getting the kinks worked out. Yeah, that's it. You know, bowling's gotten to be too expensive. I know a lot of people are claiming that string pin is going to be the savior of the cost of bowling. I don't believe that.
Me neither.
I think once they're charging those prices, they're going to stick with those prices because they can.
No one ever charges less. Now, will it maybe slow down the rise of cost? Maybe.
Maybe.
Possibly. But at the same time, I do wonder how string pin is going to affect the sport side of bowling. Do I think will it help it, hurt it? That's my big question. Yes.
Yeah, I mean it's.
A lot of people are, who I've asked, a lot of people are not pro string pin.
I bowled on a string pin a few times. They have one now in Circle Bowl, and I believe it was in Piscataway or where's Circle Bowl? I know it used to be Stelton, I believe. I think it used to be Stelton. And
Stelton Lanes.
Yeah, so where Stelton Lanes used to be is now Circle Bowl, and they made that into a string pin house. The first like certified string pin house nearby, I think, in New Jersey. Like full string pin. And I'll tell you this, I bowled on it, and it feels like I'm bowling at Chuck E. Cheese sometimes. I feel like I'm rolling the ball, the pin action. I'm telling you. I don't feel like I feel like I'm not bowling serious. I feel like even for competition, I'm gonna be like, I'm waiting for my tickets to print out when the game is done.
I want to go do that duck pin though.
I would take duck
pin or candlestick.
I take that more serious than string pin bowling.
It's definitely more difficult.
And messengers don't exist.
Will a string pin pro carry or anti-carry?
Anti.
Will it kind of help to swing it?
I mean, if we started with string pins and then we switched out to free fall, people would be like, "Oh, free fall is going to be the death of bowling," and they're saying the same thing about string pins now that because it's new or it's
I think it'll be an adjustment period for sure.
Absolutely.
And I looked at the numbers, and while it's not a big difference, but it looks like the striking pace actually went down with string pins. You actually got the joke is that you can carry with string. It's actually the opposite. You get less BS carry, as they call it. You don't hit correctly, it won't go down. No messengers.
Sometimes new is not, super exciting for everybody. Some people don't like change.
Absolutely not. And I think
I'm going to step out and hand it back to Kimber.
Thank you for joining us, Dave.
No problem. Thank you, Dave.
We have Kimber coming back with me.
Of course, I'm on the outside, so of course I'm always the one being swapped out today. But I'm happy that my seat is still all nice and warm.
Dave, cameraman, commentator, and seat warmer.
You know what? He's
3 roles in 1.
Everything. Dave set up all the equipment.
Absolutely.
He did all of this. The man is a genius. I could not have done this.
Oh no, he did such a great job today, and a special shout out to him. Subscribe to his channel, please. He does great work.
Oh yes, please like and subscribe. Share on your own individual X League personal Facebook pages, Instagram,
Your team
anything.
pages, anything.
Absolutely. Well, they also will upload this onto the X League page as well.
Yes, they
so.
will. And I think this is a great way to spread awareness, and I think seeing the different personalities is the best part.
Yeah.
And I think as the time goes along, we're going to be seeing different matches as well. And just seeing the different bowlers, the different styles, is just going to make it so much fun.
All right, next week bowlers are 82
Ready to hear
pop
puns. Let's
results.
see if our team is in it.
Strategizing. Brandon Schmidt,
Brandon Schmidt.
249.
Brandon Smith.
Again.
Let's go, Brandon.
Handicap Hygiene, Rocky Corno, 264. Going here, cut, scratch, 226. 226.
That was a high eliminator cut.
Handicap, 228.
Now, on average, I say
228 for handicap cut.
anyone not familiar with eliminators, especially with how they work, is that after every game, a third of the field gets cut. And typically, on average, after game 2, it's around 220 is where a cut ends up. So 226 is actually higher than the average of that. So that means people are rolling really well.
Oh, we said it earlier. Ocean is a nice carry house as well. You see a lot of high scores from this house.
Absolutely. You see a lot of honor scores on the average in this house. If you live in this area, you'll know it. You'll see a lot of honor scores come from here.
Oh yeah, I can even just look at some people that I can just see right here. I've seen that personally. Some of these people shoot 300s in this house.
Absolutely.
It has a good amount of 300s in the house.
Yes, it does.
Nice carry, nice clean lane approach as well.
I just think the back end's just condoned to high scoring pace. And it's like you watch the pins hit and you watch them bounce. Some houses you watch them hit and it looks like a wet fart.
Or honestly, you can hear it and it just sounds like dead wood.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You can hear a good strike or say strike.
Literally, in this house, I feel like it's quite hard to bowl bad. As I could say, like, maybe you won't score as high as you want, but in particular, this house gives you a lot of room to work with.
You have some wiggle room. It's not like you have to hit this exact board or else your ball isn't gonna, upchuck up. you have that little bit of wordage wiggle room.
Absolutely. I'm looking at the pairs right now. Scrap is getting close to the finish, but it looks like the Hitmen have taken advantage of game 3 so far and leading pretty strong with 30 pins so far.
Yeah, man. They knew that they already beat the Dabba 2 weeks ago, so they have the mental. They have to. You know what I mean?
Right. Because here's the thing: if the Dabba win today, we might not even take first because of the gap. It depends on what the point total is.
It depends on the points. Yeah, it's 80 points.
If the
That is a
Hitmen
crazy amount of points.
If the Hitmen win, now they gain a big sizable lead in the division and actually got wiggle room going forward.
They do. They have that nice little cushion above sitting up there in first place.
Absolutely.
That's what they want. Every team always wants that. If you're in first, you want that cushion.
Because you know there's going to be a week where you're going to struggle, and you want to be able to have that lead to work with.
Oh, 100%.
And Travis, the worst strike of the night, I feel now. He's taking that crown now. Went through the face.
We knew this team was going to get loud, but they're getting loud over crappy strikes.
Sorry, Travis.
I'm not sorry. I got to live with them.
You do, I do.
I do.
And Amanda,
I believe this is her second 7-10 that we've seen of the night.
But
otherwise than that, she's bowling a beautiful game. It could have just been a bad rack, bad layout.
I find when you leave a pocket 7-10, it's either your ball roll isn't correct, and I think it pushes and it doesn't really hit the way it should. And I always feel like the way that your ball enters the pocket is so important, more than even hitting the pocket. Is how you get through the pocket. I think the big mistake people have is that they just want to get it there without it hitting correctly.
It's actually still looking pretty close, too.
Absolutely.
Well, actually, Amanda's doing much better than Alex right now, but Alex is on 2 strikes.
And we're going to see now if that split is going to make a difference here going into the 8th frame, because now with Alex Germain with the double, he can close it up. But Jordan has found his footing, though. How do you feel about this match so far overall? Do you think it went exactly how you thought it was, or do you feel like it's...
You know, it depends. Both of these teams have unbelievable players with them.
Yes.
Doesn't matter if it's scratch, handicap 1, handicap 2. All 3 of them have their lineups ready to go. And since this was a grudge match, it's literally death race right now.
Absolutely.
Neither team wants to give up any type of point system whatsoever to go off of what happened the previous week.
Absolutely. In a small division, right, when you only have 8 teams, things can happen. You can get jumped pretty easily. It's small. That means every week you're going to have teams coming at you every week, and you can't let up.
Every week you need to have your lineup ready to go. Get your team, get each team member enough games also to make playoffs, things like that as well.
And we were talking about lineups, and I always say that there's a couple strategies you can go with. The one strategy I hear all the time is what I call best 9. And if you ever heard, that might be a term you hear a lot. And what best 9 is quite simply your best 9 bowlers you have in your lineup. Doesn't matter what your highest averages you can put. Now with XLE, that's a little harder to do because you have the 215 and under, so you have to keep that in mind for your best 9.
You're capped out.
Yes.
So you do have to get everybody to fit underneath that cap to make it work.
Absolutely. And then another strategy what I hear is what I call handicap dependent, where when I mention this, it's not a dig at anyone. It's more that these bowlers have more handicap to give, and it makes it harder. So if they bowl well, the other team can't keep up. And I've seen that work plenty of times. Plenty of teams I've seen do that, and once they roll, they can't catch up.
Well, you see some handicap bowlers as well. They may come in at that 160, 170 average, and they hit a 240 game. They have a beautiful game, beautiful layout. You can't catch them sometimes. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like it'd be the same thing if, you're a higher average than I am. So if I come in, shoot 240.
I have no shot.
Even if you're getting close up to there and hitting a 300, you can't catch me.
I can't. And I think what's beautiful about it is there's a lot of strategy involved. Because if you go from house to house, you look at people's averages, the way they bowl, and you go, oh, this bowler's going to work great here. I'm going to put him in. And then, I'm actually going to not put him here because they don't bowl well.
Well, you also have to think about it if they have the correct equipment for it as well. a lot of these people, hey darling, a lot of these people are, I am live right now.
We're recording and we're live.
So you have to have balls for certain houses as well. You need a good arsenal. Building your arsenal takes a lot of time, work, precision. You know, either if you're asking certain pro shops for their opinion, or if you have a coach, you know, and asking what I should be throwing, what I should be working with. You can't just walk in and do something like this with one ball.
No.
It's not going to happen.
And it's funny, I used to know someone I bowled with, and I used to call him One Ball Wonder, because no matter where he was, he had a one ball. He said, that's all I need. I don't need another bowling ball. And then one day he bowled somewhere else outside of Majestic, and that's where he used to bowl. Could not hit to save his life. I said, you know, maybe if you had one more ball, you could have tried something different.
This is why you have to have, you know, 6, 9 balls, you know, depending on where you go.
Now, I think the big common misconception is that you need to have 6 to 9 to be competitive, and that's not true.
No.
I think on average 3 balls is enough, and I think a stronger ball, a mid to weaker, and then a spare ball is more than enough for most houses. Now, however, if you're looking to compete at the super competitive level or the sports shot, you're going to need that 6, 9, even 12.
Even the same thing, if you go to Vegas, Reno, Nationals, you know, even Masters tournaments, Queens, things like that, you want to at least bring your equipment with you.
Absolutely.
You know, if you don't need to use it, fantastic. But at least if you do need, I would rather bring it and not need to use it than need it and not have it.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you this, when I went out to Reno, I actually brought 6 balls out there, which that was a nightmare to bring, by the way. Bringing it through the airport sucked. You ever had to drag 45 pounds on each arm through an airport? Is not fun, especially when you're tired.
I do not even want to know how much it would actually cost to pay for the weight to get your balls down there. I know some people do drive down there. Everybody puts their balls in their car, and then they just drive it down there for you.
Yes, and I actually had someone I went with to Reno a couple of years ago that did that. Our buddy Stefan Sheck. And
Stefan did.
yes, he drove all the way to
stuff down
Reno.
there.
So people said, hey, if I give you my bowling ball, can you take it? He's like, yeah.
All right, guys, let's now focus on the scratch pair. We are going into 10th frame now, so let's see who can take their individual points as well as who is going to take the game full points as well.
Absolutely. And as of note right now, the scratch is actually down right now for the Dabba dudes. They're down 61, but if Alex can strike here, it brings,
Stone 8? Yeah.
Brutal. It was a good ball, too.
I think he threw 13 pounds that one. That's what had to do it.
You know, if he had a 12-pound ball, it would have deflected a little more.
Well, he started going up since we were talking, you know. He went to 10 to 11, now like, what, 12, 13 pounds?
You think maybe in the 10th he'll bring out the 14-pound ball?
I think so. We got to get him up to the 15 pounds.
Absolutely. And Amanda with a nice spare.
Amanda's been completely clean this game except for that one split. There was nothing that she could do.
So, I think right now, the key to the Dabba dudes right now on scratch is that even if you can't win this game, keep the wood close enough that they can't overtake you.
Yes.
And that's going to be tough because Brian has found his footing, and so did Jordan going into it. But Johnny Reed's also found his footing.
Yes, yeah.
So, as of right now, if they can keep it clean, I think they should be okay.
And also, you got to think about it. They're also got to be stressed as well. They want that individual point. So again, with that mental game, they have to be getting up there confident, set up correctly, don't rush, take your time, find your footing.
I think the big trap people fall into is that they have to rush up there. People are waiting on them, right? And then they start to rush, and it doesn't work out for them.
I rush. I get up there. I get a little nervous, you know, especially like if your game is within like a couple points, like you're right there. You know what I mean?
And nerves can overtake you, especially if you're not feeling confident. And right now, Johnny with a huge strike.
Yeah,
actually does change.
That was huge. But if you go back and you take a look, it looked like his left foot. He kind of got caught a little bit and people wobbled a little bit. So even that wasn't a comfortable strike for him, but it carried and fell through.
I feel like sometimes the shots you're most uncomfortable with become your best. You know what I mean?
Again, it comes back to skill or luck. I want that luck. I do.
In the short term, that luck is going to make a big difference.
Scratch high knee, Michael Guzman, 239, 239.
Dang, Michael, who is on.
I'm telling you, a lot of great. When I tell you that people are shooting on our teams, they're shooting on these teams.
Yeah, Hitman is pulling for it. They are all bowling great.
It is quite great. I am
Ray Rivera with a
Jordan
strike.
throwing a nice way
Ray's
to cap it.
determined to literally shove Travis out of it. He's like, oh no, I'm taking two. You're only taking your one. Call it a day.
The big difference is that Travis has not opened yet, but Ray has, so that does make a little difference. Come on. How do they finish is a good question.
Huh? He's hurt?
We have an injury dealing with, so Kimber will be walking over. We have an injury situation right now. Travis Brighton-Brook, he seems to have pulled something. He is sitting down. I think they're trying to stretch him out. Hopefully he is okay. Handicap 2 is waiting on him to see how he does. Brandon with the split, but Brian also split. We're going to wait on news on handicap 2. Great shot by Jared on lane 27. Brian tried to make the split, actually lost count. That could make a difference here. If I'm Brandon Schmidt, I wouldn't try to go for it. I would just go for the 2, which he does. Those 2 pins can be crucial. We're waiting. Travis seems to be done for the night. Unfortunately, he has injured himself. Hopefully, he's not too seriously injured and it wouldn't affect him going forward. But hoping for the best for him. It's quite unfortunate, you know, with these type of situations. Romer with a great shot, giving himself a turkey going into the 9th. We have Dylan here looking to double up. Amanda, and a stone 7. That can be crucial. Alex needs to strike to keep the Dabba dudes away from total wood danger. Dylan Krause with a beautiful shot. Alex throws the ball. Yeah, he got the trip on the 10. I couldn't see it. I thought he got the trip. Currently waiting on an update of what we're going to be doing for handicap 2 for Travis. It looks like Travis is done bowling for the night. I don't know if he'll finish up his frame or not, but it looks like he's not holding up too well. He's limping. Do you have an update to share for us? I believe he's done for the night.
I do. Yeah, they're definitely going to figure out if either they're going to take his blind for the rest of the game or if somebody's going to finish out the game for him based on it. So he's saying that he feels like he pulled something in his thigh and heard a pop.
Oh.
Yeah, that boy is in some pain and he's sweating right now. I've never seen him not attempt to finish a game, ever.
I'm going to say, I know Travis. He's usually a tough son of a gun. So yeah, he must be really hurting.
Yeah, look at him. He's hobbling. He's barely able to walk. Dave's helping him walk.
Hopefully it's something not too serious.
Hope so. All right, so did we go through everything on Scratch Playlist?
Scratch right now goes that Johnny Reed won his match, but Brandon and Alex lost theirs, and they lost by 41. So I have to look to see if they caught up on Scratch. It's going to be close.
in the 9th frame, the middle of the 9th.
And it's a close match. It's at zero advantage current. So no one's ahead. But after Jimmy throws, that's going to change. Awesome.
See Jimmy?
What a beautiful shot.
Beautiful shot.
I've noticed he's been playing pretty direct to the pocket with a weaker ball, it looks like. And it looks like it's rolling pretty good for him. We'll have to see what happens here. I believe they're going to take his blind potentially, but I'm not sure. What would you do in that case, Kimber, if you're the team?
I don't know. You can't exactly just have somebody come in and finish the rest of the game. It's not fair. It could be different handicap averages, stuff like that.
Well, not only that, I feel like you're coming in pretty cold. Like you have no warm up, no loosen up, no nothing. You just gotta throw the ball.
Yeah, that's it. You would have to finish that person's frame and then finish out the last 3 frames.
And that's what I'm saying. I don't know what else you can do.
I don't know. I don't know officially what they've decided to do. Yeah, he's got it wrapped up, ice, everything. I've been there though. I've definitely pulled a muscle and then been like, oh no.
Oh, absolutely.
I did it at work. I've never done it fully bowling, but I've done it at work.
I've had my knee. I've tweaked my knee before bowling. It definitely sucks when you have an injury.
Also, when you hear that pop, you know.
When you land incorrectly, you hear a pop. You just know when it sucks. And the best thing you can do is just rally behind your guys, you know, and try to keep them going. Travis is sitting there supporting.
Yeah.
And even though he's in pain, he's going to sit there and cheer him on.
Yeah, he is. He's still going to say and cheer them on. But I think that's the first time that this has ever happened in X League. Last year was the first year that this was running, so.
I actually am not sure what to do in this situation because I have not seen it in X League yet. I've seen it in other leagues before, but not here. So it looks like it's going to be a blind.
Alrighty, let's see. So we have Romer with his 9 to make a spare.
So the Dabadoos are currently up
17?
Oh, does he just get 0? Does he blind out? What happens there?
They're zeroing him out, it looks like.
Well, that's what I'm confused. Does he 0 out or what does he get?
I don't know. And I'm wondering then who gets to make that call of then what happens.
They can do 10% of his average for the rest of the
10% of his average?
I think. He doesn't have to take zeros. I think it's 10% of his average, like an absence score for the rest of the last couple of frames. The machine will
Okay, so.
If you want scratch, we took 13 and they took 12. On the scratch pair, Dabadoos took 13 points. Ocean Hitmen, 12.
Very close game. As mentioned, even though the Dabadoos won the first 2 games, I mentioned the totals were close. It was going to be razor-thin margins.
We lost wood by 8 pins. Make your spares. Make your spares.
8 pins, that's rough.
It's the type of things that can haunt you. It's a spare shooting game.
Yeah.
But remember what I mentioned, those individual points are important, and see how it still took out the win on the match, even though you lost the wood.
Yeah.
You still got 13.
Alrighty.
Holding down the fort here.
Hey, I'm back, everybody.
Looks like it's going to come down to the wire. I don't know if you heard the news, but it was 13 to 12 Dabadoos.
Okay.
Relatively close. And the Dabadoos lost scratch by 8 pins.
8 pins.
What,
that hurts.
Everything split, the spare.
Yep.
And Brett with a monster game to finish. I knew he was going to kind of come back and get one. But I think Gene took overall, though.
Gene would have had him if Gene had spared it up, I think.
Possibly.
Let's see.
Possibly. No, actually, no, he was out of that game. Even with the spare, I think he only got 2 30s.
All right.
But still.
Jimmy's on a double. That's good.
Absolutely.
We got to make up 8. We got to make up 8 sticks from scratch.
notable is that Handicap 1 has been winning in pretty dominant fashion with the Dabba Doos, while in Handicap 2, the Ocean Hitmen have been winning in pretty good fashion.
So update on Travis. Travis pulled a muscle and can no longer bowl out the rest of his game. Originally, they were talking about him taking a 0 for the rest of the frames that he had in the game, and it didn't make any sense to us. But it turns out what's going to end up happening is he's going to take his handicap average. So he's going to get a 193 for this game. So they just got to calculate it out to be a 193 for the game.
Absolutely.
So he's not going to take a 0, so they still have a chance at winning.
And I think that's huge for us because taking a 0 would just absolutely kill our chances.
Crush us.
And even if we can't win that pair, the fact is we can win this game and get some points back on it would be huge.
Absolutely.
And the wood's going to be close. It's going to be real close between the teams. This has been probably one of the closest matches I've seen of the year for us in general between these two teams.
Right now, Handicap 2 looks like it's up by about 20 or 25.
Going into the 9th frame.
Yeah.
And I think Jimmy might have taken his...
I'm looking to see.
We'll see, though. Jimmy with a 242, yes.
Yes, Jimmy got his game by 10.
So it looks like Jimmy's going to win his overall as well because he won in pretty dominant fashion in game 1. So,
oh, that's fantastic.
So that's a 4-1 to Jimmy. That was huge. Jared had an uphill battle in that one because Jimmy had a pretty good look from the beginning, and Jared struggled in game 1, so that was pretty crucial.
Oh, and Dylan came in hot. That's the 10 pin?
Yeah, it looks like it.
It's hard to see past these people in the way.
I know. We have a little bit of we're having a little traffic. You might not be able to see it on the camera, but from our view,
we got people standing right in front of us.
So we're kind of doing a little, like, I call it a little side to side.
Oh, no, he got this. Oh, it marked it a split, but he's going to fix it to a 9.
Quite a big difference, actually.
Yeah.
It actually gives us an extra pin, too.
2 pins, because he's coming off the spare.
Exactly. Huge.
Ooh, nice strike by Rob Romer.
Absolutely. He's a good bowler himself.
He's a very good bowler. Very good bowler, and this is going to be a very tough finish.
It looks like it might be the flip where the Dabba Doos might take handicap 2, but they lose handicap 1, like for game 3.
Well, Kevin's on a 3-bagger right now.
Yes.
And that's pretty solid for him.
Absolutely.
Let's see if Dylan can make his 9 pin, his 10 pin.
For sure.
They still have to correct.
Ray and Michael are both on doubles.
They're both on doubles.
Brianna with a stone 10. Oof. Good ball, too. I am quite
Rob knocks them all down again.
I think Romer locked it in for this game.
He may have.
And I was telling people earlier the importance of fighting to the end because you never know. At least you can take a game that's points for later.
Yeah.
Individually and for the team. I believe that Dylan is going to probably lose this head-to-head for this game. But overall wood, I'm not sure.
However, right now, Rob's sitting at 220. 230.
Wasn't the prettiest strike in the world, but they got to blow it in.
Yeah. I don't know.
Even if Dylan can't win, the spare is going to matter. And that's a good spare.
Yeah, that's a good spare. Good
and
pickup.
I don't know the wood difference, so for him going on 10 can make the difference between a winner or a loss here. So.
Absolutely. Actually, it looks like they got it. 2274, 2148.
Oh, for sure. But team-wise, after they got it. Now it's the question of the individual.
Can he get the individual? I don't know.
That's 2 points right there if you get the wood.
It's massive.
It is. And looking at back at handicap 2, Ray is absolutely rolling right now.
Oh, wow.
3 in a row.
Kevin's on a 4-bagger, though.
Absolutely. And Adam got a strike.
Dylan finishes out with a strike. He's got a 242 with a handicap, so he loses his by 8 pins, but I don't know about total wood.
We'll be able to look at a recap when they're done.
Yep.
What? It's been close the entire way. No team has pulled away. No team has been running anyone over.
I won $10. They said my name, like, another team was out there.
This might be the closest to a split I've seen this season.
Yeah, this is pretty tight, and considering that we lost to them last stop, to come back and be as tight as we are is pretty solid.
Absolutely. I mean, especially in a house that they're all very comfortable with. And
This
they
is
go
their
here
house.
Every week.
This is their house.
That's a great message sender, as I call that.
Yeah.
And I would say Dylan won pretty handily for his total, as I saw a 697 scratch. And
Yeah.
He gets 8 pins a game.
Rob Romer got 675, 697 scratch. Yep, looks like Dylan took his. I don't know about the handicaps though.
And I know Jimmy took his because he gets, I believe, 19 a game, or something, 18 or 19.
18 or 19 from Jared.
Which, if it's anything like that, he did win. And I believe Gene took his because he beat him scratch, actually. Didn't even matter about handicap in that
Yeah.
one.
Although he did lose the last game, so.
He did. But so that's a 4-1. So
Yep.
I think they all did a 4-1. Each of the Dabba dudes 4-1.
Interesting.
That's pretty solid.
Yeah. You want to slide back in? Yeah.
You want me to help it? Just let me know. The realities of bowling, man. Sometimes these injuries do happen.
Yep.
I haven't seen it in Exley though before. This is the first time.
There is a rule for it. This is the second time that it's happened. If somebody is hurt, you finish out with what would have been a percentage of their average. So he now, the remainder of that averages him out to be a 193 instead of a 2 something.
202, I think he's at.
I forget. But
214?
He's finishing out like more of like an absent to a 193.
214.
Well, we were worried about getting the zeros, and I said that would be a massive difference of getting nothing added to the
Yeah.
scoreboard. which-
Apparently, this is the first time it happened. The first time was earlier on in this year. Somebody threw a ball and threw their back out, so they
Ooh.
weren't able to finish the
Like
rest
at
of
all.
their game. So thank God this league does have certain rules for that. You know, you can't just have somebody else come in and finish your game for you. Like
Right.
I couldn't hop in there and go finish the game and take Ray out.
I actually
would
brought
love
my
to do it.
equipment in.
Yep. But if it's mid-game, you cannot swap out for another person. You would just then take, you know, the percentage of your average to finish the rest of the game. It's better than taking zeros.
Yes. And the way this game is going right now, it's going to make a big difference wise, like, if we win the team or not.
Yeah.
Because Ray can close a massive gap here.
Let's see. Ooh.
Adam's going to need to throw another strike to
Really put the pressure on them.
floodgate.
Yep. Let's see what Adam does.
Shout out to Adam with the shark fin in his head with the hair. And
There he
and he
goes.
smelled blood in the water.
We thought about how to start it. We didn't think about it.
We didn't even record how to start it.
Oh yeah, nobody can even hear. It's okay. We had technical difficulties yet again, but you know what?
Yep.
We're still figuring it out.
It's only the second time we've done this, and this time the multicam stream is actually working.
You know what? The cameras worked this time.
And that was
We
the
will
big
take
part.
it. That was the most important thing is that all cameras on all three pairs.
And we got the wireless camera working.
Absolutely. That's what mattered the most, you know?
That and winning.
Yeah, of course.
Winning.
You want to say hi?
Say
Hi. Hi. Hi.
Oh, there we go. Playroom on the 15th. Against who?
We get... I think it's Suns. Right? Is that how it works?
I don't know.
12-1, the position round. Those are bulletproof.
The first strike in the 10th, and he's the last bowler to finish out on an excellent tonight.
Let's see. Pocket 10 pin.
So
What does that do score-wise?
the Dabba Dudes did take game 3, which is nice because they did lose the first 2 games, so that is nice to recover a little bit there.
Did we get enough to get the wood back?
I don't believe so, because they won in pretty dominant fashion in game 1.
Here we go. Y'all, I'm going to switch out here. I'm going to step out. We are done bowling, and I'm going to let you guys talk to the Commander-in-Chief of the X League.
How are you doing? Mama.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Would you want to introduce yourself to everyone?
Sure. Wow. So we have a person with a megaphone.
Blasting Baby Shark.
So my name is George Williams. I run the organization here out at the Jersey Shore, and currently we have 50 franchises. 39 of them are currently competing.
Fantastic.
And this weekend we're going. Well, next weekend coming up, we're going down to the Alabama, where we're going to be starting up our new Southeast Conference. So don't forget to visit myxleague.com for any up-to-date standings, player averages, and even your own franchise. So, we'll help you design your jersey, everything else. And you guys have a very good setup here, so I'm very impressed with it. You look good, Kimber looks good, and yeah, the broadcast is looking good. And hopefully we have some big things coming up in the next 3 or 4 days that we can share with the general public.
Absolutely.
Okay, and that's going to put us on the national map.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, so we're looking to get teams from all across the country. And for those of you that don't understand how we operate, the business model basically is like Little League Baseball, where you compete in your local areas, and if you make the playoffs, you have your opportunity to compete for a division title, a state title, a super regional title, and eventually a national title. So, yeah, and we're just making, we're trying to give national media attention to the average bowler.
So, I wanted to mention something.
Sure.
We were talking about this earlier, me and Kimber, is that this league is very new. We're only in the 2nd year of operating, right?
Yep.
And I want to say, what was the biggest lesson you learned from year 1 to year 2? What would you, if you had one to say, like, big lesson learned, what would it be?
Well, there's definitely more than one lesson.
Fair.
So,
I can imagine.
so yeah, you always want to take care of your customers.
Okay.
You always want to make sure, like, if you're the boss, you want to have people see you come to their stops. Okay. So, these guys are paying, $40 a stop. It's only fair that they see me. They want to know where their money's going. Okay. Number 2, what we did is we did a big upgrade as it relates to rules.
Okay.
So each franchise owner now has their own rule book that we ask them to bring. We fortified the rules up because year 1 we just kind of threw a little spaghetti at the wall, see what stuck, right? And you can't operate a bowling league with rules like that. So we sat down, we went through the rules, and they're all printed out. We have a rule book, and then we have an online portion. So in case there's something in here that we just didn't cover, we wanted to make sure that the online rules were always up to date right away. So in case we had to put an emergency rule in, we did that.
Good.
Yep.
So it sounds like you learned a lot from year 1 to year 2. And
Yeah, I mean, when you make a mistake, I saw that when you make an error, it's an error. If you make a second error, it's a mistake. Okay? I don't like making mistakes. Okay? So if I see something, it's an error, but it's also a learning experience. So I want to make sure that it doesn't happen a second time. If it happens a second time, then you're, thank you. You're just in a bad spot if you do that. So, yep, you never want to make the same mistake twice, right? That's what your parents taught you. So,
it's very true.
Yeah, and it just trickles down to the bowling alley. Yep.
Absolutely. And you've been going around to a lot of these centers, right? And do you have a center that you were surprised with, like that drew interest, or not really? Or do you feel like as you're going around in these different states, different areas, you're like, interest here?
Well, we haven't had a bowling alley tell us no yet.
Really?
We haven't had a bowling alley tell us no. So today, we had a tour stop in Philadelphia, and then from there, I had to run the tour stop in central New Jersey, and then from there, I drove right down here to the Jersey Shore. And then next weekend, we got the the North Jersey, New York division, and then we have the South Jersey division, and then hopefully we can get Alabama, Georgia, and Florida next weekend coming up.
That'd be great.
Yeah, so everything's good.
Sounds like big things are coming, and I'm very excited to
Big
see how this
things
progress.
are coming, so we will have some announcements coming in the next couple of days. So stay tuned to that. Don't want to release it just yet because I'm a big fan of jinxing, So I don't like doing that. But I was told by the staff that you make sure that you like, share, and subscribe, so we can get this out. And if you guys like what we're doing, share it to all your bowling buddies and put a team in and compete for a national title.
Listen, all you need is a few friends to get started, and then it all culminates together.
Just need a few friends, but most importantly, if you have a team and we don't have a division yet, what tends to happen is that I've noticed that once you get your logo made, once you get your jersey made, and you start wearing it to leagues, what it does is that it prompts a conversation saying, oh, that's a cool jersey. Where'd you get that? What is that? What's the X League? So, and it starts a whole conversation and gets other people involved.
Did you guys want to go over the point system?
Absolutely. So this is a great way to go over the point system right now of how the X League works.
Sure, let's do it.
We actually just finished the matchup. So the Dabba Doos won 45-35. This is pretty much what I call a razor-thin victory.
That is a razor-thin victory.
And this is why this league is tough and and can be pretty complicated. That you might be winning the whole time, but because of individual matchups and even late game comebacks, you can make matchups like this happen.
Right. So,
35.
So when you have something set up like a Peterson match point or anything like that, it avoids that one big loss that could devastate you for the whole season.
Yes.
So by having this format the way it is, it's very rare that you have a blowout.
Agreed.
So, and it favors a lot of the handicap bowlers.
Agreed.
Okay? Especially when it's 80%.
I mean, we were bringing the big note about the 215 and under pair. I think it brings an element of, like, you have to strategize where you can't just throw, like, top nine, like, 240 guys and just call it a day.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, if you're a 230, 240 bowler, you don't have a lot of friends that you bowl competition with in the 170 to 190 range.
Correct.
So by having this setup, it forces the 230, 240 bowlers to get along with the 160, 170, 180 bowlers. At the same time, the 160, 170, 180 bowlers can always learn something from the 220, 230 guys.
Right.
So in order to make bowling great again, what you have to do is you have to get the high-end bowlers to get along with the recreational bowlers, and this does that.
Absolutely, and I agree. And I think it brings a team unit together because it makes you show like no one's better than the other. You still got to win your point. You still got to get it done for the team, right?
That's exactly right. Yes.
And it's like I said, it's even at the worst stops I've seen, like a bad loss, it was still only 22 points we took, in which that's not as bad as what it could be. Because
if you take it's an 80-point system, right? So if you take 22, there's 58 left over, right? That's not a big difference. You can make that up in 1 week.
You can.
You know, if you take 22 for 3, 4, 5 weeks in a row, okay, then that's something different. But if it's a one-off or a two-off, you're not out of playoff contention.
Absolutely. And I feel like it keeps you competitive the whole time and keeps you on your toes. You can't get too comfortable.
And the bowling alley's filled.
Yes.
There's no blinds. Everyone shows up. You know, everyone's having a good time. It's not rough. It's not, rowdy and stuff like that. And what we like promoting is like a college type atmosphere where people are cheering all the time. There's no trash talk in here. Everyone's getting along. And there's people on teams that want to spin off and make their own franchise because, they might not get picked or whatever, but they're enjoying it, so they want to have, they want to be able to bowl and compete with their friends.
Well, that's the beauty of it. You get all these spin-off teams and you start getting, and that's the beauty of it. That's how a lot of these leagues grow, and I think it'll make the league grow exponentially.
That's exactly right.
And I think especially in the divisions that haven't had these type of leagues before, right? Like I haven't seen in Georgia. I've never seen a thing like that. Or eventually we expand to the Rust Belt, right?
Nope. And we're going to be getting out there into. We're working our way in central Pennsylvania right now.
Yep.
We got a couple franchises in North Carolina. We just need about 4 more in North Carolina. We can start our North Carolina division.
Yep.
We have Atlanta, Georgia that's very interested. I got a couple guys in the Panhandle of Florida. We have a lot of guys in Birmingham, Alabama.
Really?
We're getting ready to start them off hopefully next weekend. So we're driving down there. We're driving down there just to see how serious they are. They seem pretty serious. So, but I have to see for myself.
So have you been finding that some markets have been overlooked and you've been going to them and they've been wanting this and they just haven't had it, or is it?
They have been wanting it. A lot of people See, like I'm of the class, like if the new iPhone comes out, I like waiting a couple of weeks and a couple of months to work all the bugs out. So a lot of people are saying, oh, the new actually cool, let me see how it's ran first year, second year, and then maybe I'll get a team in. But everyone's been enjoying it that's been here, and a lot of people are starting their own franchises now. So it's a very exciting time for bowling.
Well, I appreciate your time and questions.
Thank you, Stephen.
I'm looking forward to the news.
Do I give you the mic?
You do. You give it back to me.
I just work here.
No,
just
but this is
works
very
here.
fun. Is it all done?
face, George.
Fantastic. Well, I wanted to say thank you all for tuning in. Anyone that's going to be recording and watching. My partner Kimber here.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Please, just a quick reminder to please like and subscribe to this channel. That way, the more views that we have, the more people are able to see it. You can also share this to your own individual Facebook, Instagram pages as well if you were bowling in this event today. So, thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Peace out.